making themselves private, you know, different trusts, making all those things. I'm down with that. That's what I'm doing for myself, getting myself in a position where that nothing can come for me, spiritually, physically, or mentally, because I don't even have a big following or nothing special, and there you go, you get attacked for stuff. These platforms and everything else. Anyway, the only thing I could say right now is that humanity needs to wake up. And there's a big, big spiritual revolution, and it's coming soon. A lot of us that are going to wake up are waking up very soon. Okay, very soon. Human beings, you have to remember, you are God. Yes, we are here for the war. No retreats, no surrender. No, exactly. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. No surrender. No surrender. Not this time. Not this time. There's readings that I have where, you know, I'm going back to the woman pride thing. Yes, yes. Because there are women that are incarnated in this physical form as gods, where I have channeled for them to remember. And I might post it, but I won't post certain things about it because it was private. But it simply says, remember, women, for those of you that understand deep inside you're not here to have a mate, that do have one and may not have one. And this is not getting into the very, like, we're talking about in terms of expansive consciousness, spirituality, collective. We're talking about spirituality here. There's women that are in the physical form that want to leave behind a legacy, but not just yet. Because the higher self says, we're gods, you're not human. I recall this, saying to her, you are not human. You're not here to be human. You're here to lead troops, warriors. Teach people how to heal themselves. Teach people how to heal themselves. They're not going to want that, because you're not going to need a vaccine if you can heal yourself. You're not incarnate that are not here to have, unfortunately, not here to have children, even though we can have children. I have children. I'm speaking about a certain reading that I had. Okay? There are those of us that understand our mission here is war. If we have to get dark, we don't have to worry about our children because we don't have any. But those of us who got children, I'm left-hand path in this bitch. So if y'all motherfuckers thought we were in hell before, my point is that it is the rise in the divine feminine. The principle of the divine feminine is to say everything spiritual. The third eye is a feminine principle. We're not talking about gender. We're talking about the feminine principle versus the physical. So there are those that are here that are incarnated. She's in the continent of Africa that I spoke to, right? Right? She's in the continent of Africa. In many different continents. The very principle of the third eye, of the spirituality, of the knowing, that's a feminine principle. To know, to think is a masculine principle. To calculate is a masculine. Numbers, that's a masculine, because numbers are infinite. So why use the numbers if it's going to be all infinite? But it's a balance of the two. It's a balance of the masculine and the feminine, but it's a rise in the feminine principle because it's been suppressed. It's been suppressed by religion. It's been suppressed by religion because everything and anything that is spiritual is deemed evil. Okay? So there are those of us that are here to bring back the understanding that we are gods. We are gods in the physical form. Period. We are gods. Period. Meditation is the key to opening that. Opening up the third eye, opening up all your clairaudience, your clairsentience, your claircognizance. Okay? Everything is what we're here to do. We're here to be the gods. I'm feeling You can tap into the same thing Tesla did and everyone else did. You are the Einsteins, that Teslas, all of that. All they did was tap into the God consciousness within them. You don't need to join any group or be a part of anything. The groups are more of a support. There's no leader here. This is more of a grassroots movement. Everybody is their own leader. Everybody leads their own lives. That's my belief system. In peace and harmony. But at this time, I'm not going to be fake and say, oh, love light. Love light is what I sit in. That's what I bring around me. That's what I keep around me. But I know I'm in war. I know I'm in war physically, mentally, spiritually, based on social norms, based on every aspect of this reality, the third dimension, the country I'm in, everything. I understand I am in war. But I am also a warrior. I'm the warrior in the garden. You don't want to be the gardener in the war. I'm a warrior in the garden, like they say. Ready. But I live in peace. But I know that the war is out there. I know the war is out there. I know the war is out there. You know? We need to not feel some type of way about calling ourselves gods. Okay? And when you call yourself a god, it's not with the ego. Not with the ego. You're not calling yourself God with the name of the ego. You're calling yourself God because you felt the power. You did the meditation, and Spirit has told you, not because you got a reading, but because you channeled and you did the reading and you know that you're God. You need to learn to channel. You are gods. Okay, you know you're God because you channeled that shit. You channeled that information and it resonated with your soul. It was a reminder. We're here to rise again in consciousness and awareness to understand that we are the God's return in the physical form. Okay, that's what we're here to do. We're here to remind ourselves that we are the God's return. We are the God's return. You know, I'm not saying nothing's wrong with getting a reading if you need a reading and reassuring and everything, because I do readings. But my readings are always to tell people that you're God. Every single person I say, oh, you're God, you know this already. Oh, you just need to do this. What were you going to say about meditation when you picked up the paper earlier? Oh, yeah. Because I was just sitting down, like, how do you explain meditation? Because I've heard a lot of gurus and everybody, but first and foremost, before I read this, meditation is an individual process. There's many different meditation techniques, and meditation should be taken by a case-by-case basis. I do breath meditation. Some people might need to do sound. Some people need to do different things to get themselves in the zone. Essentially, meditation is focusing. Well, no, sorry, I don't like the word focus. I use the word awareness. It's to be aware of awareness. You have to be aware that you're aware. You know, if you go to my YouTube channel, I put up the workshop, and I talk about it a little bit about how being in meditation is being aware, staying in awareness. Okay, so I'm going to paraphrase some of what I wrote here. Meditation, how to know when you're in the theta brainwave, because essentially that is the brainwave you're tapping into when you're in meditation. The truth is only you can tell if you're in the theta brainwave during meditation, unless you're going to be probed, you know, and everything else. One of the bigger purposes of meditation is to get us to the subtle and passive energies. So meditation, what it does is makes it so that you are more aware of your passive energies. That's how you're going to be able to channel. That's how you're going to be able to speak to spirit. That's how you're going to be able to do so many magical things that are not just physical. When you take the time to tap in and that's what tapping in means. Closing your eyes, meditating, closing your eyes daily, for as the longest period that you can, your duration. Okay, you can start off with 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and then it can grow up and grow and grow. The whole purpose of meditation is so that you can start going inside, because there's a whole world inside of you. And like they say that this world is a holographic matrix, and you are the projector. So you project your reality outward. And in order to change your reality outward, you have to go within yourself. When you go within yourself and you meditate, you take up the practice of meditation, then you become familiar with the subtle energies, okay? And you start to evolve. That's when you can really understand that this is not solid, because you've tapped in so deep. You can tap in to open up the third eye, because you understand the subtle energies. The going inside of yourself, going inside of your own world, going inside of the theta brainwave, being mind-body awareness, being mind-body consciousness is the power. That's what gets you all of the magic. The magic is within inside of you. Meditation and power comes from within inside of you, is more powerful than almost any spell that you can do with your hands if you know how to truly meditate. That's how you can like combat people. That's how I had to do it. when you are inside, like a true magician doesn't need the botanica. That's what I'm gonna tell you. A true magician don't need nothing but themselves. Okay, you close your eyes, you go inside that world, and you can see your opponent as if they were in front of you. Okay, that's tapping into the theta brainwave, the imagination and meditation, constant silence of just going within constantly for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour to 2 hours, constantly going inside. That gives you the power to do what you want to do. Okay. So yes, that is one of the biggest purposes of meditation, getting used to the subtle energies. So that's also what makes that's why those subtle energies, spiritual energies, are considered feminine energies. Because the feminine energy, the feminine principle, the rise of the feminine is passive, supposedly passive. But understand, spiritual, passive, feminine energy supersedes the physical energy. Because if I got a grip and understanding of this as energy in my mind's eye, I can levitate and move this with the feminine principle. That's why something like this would be deemed evil if I can move this with my mind. And a lot of us can. I know people who can do certain things. And how? Through the meditation, going inside the inside world, the feminine principle, the passive principle of knowing thyself, going within yourself, because now you're able to move and maneuver things. You can manipulate energy. One of the first things you should try to manipulate is fire and air, elements, the elements, because you are one with the elements, and start to connect with the spirits. What I always tell people though is to shield. You always want to shield yourself, protect yourself. I teach how to shield. I teach many different ways to shield. The very basic way to shield is using the love light, the heart chakra. The heart chakra, and expanding it. You could always use an amulet of some sort, a sort of protection or anything else. But essentially, like Spirit has told me, the more practical, like let's say you don't have any money or whatever it is, using your own theta brainwave, the passive principle, going within yourself, tapping into the heart chakra and expanding it. That's how you shield yourself. Before meditation, you can also use a wand. So many other ways. I teach all of that in my course that's coming out on the 6th. Okay, it's a 3-week course. I teach how to channel. I teach how to find out who your higher self is. That way you can know how to channel, how your higher self likes to channel, because essentially you're just a spiritual being in a physical form. You're nothing. You're nothing without a soul. You become a clone or a celebrity. Those who knew what I'm saying, they would know, okay? Because they sell their souls, my friend. A lot of them don't have one. Okay, I said too much. Okay, so you're nothing without your soul. So when you channel and you tap in and you in that theta brainwave, you're able to know what kind of higher self you are. You know, I've told people I am the source consciousness. Okay, that's who my higher self is, along with a whole bunch of other things that I will not say for my own protection. And a lot of other people are different things. There's many different people that are centaurs. Their higher selves are different giants. Their higher selves could be different demons, angels. Everyone's higher self, soul, really, essentially, your soul is something in the physical form. So get to know your soul. That way you know your own magic that's specific for you. You know what kind of magic works for you. And to me, it starts with channeling. Because if you can channel your own self, once again, you don't got to go to no psychic. What for? You can channel your own self. You are your own psychic. You are your own psychic. So you channel your own higher self. You get the information from your higher self. Because there is information that is sacred that they do not sell in books. That the publishers wouldn't even allow it. There's certain books that they don't sell anymore because of that. So to get certain information, tap into that Akashic records. Meditation does that. Meditation, because once again, you're getting familiar with the subtle passive energies. Which is, once again, the feminine principle. Passive versus the masculine principle, which is more your physical reality. But it's a balance of the two, right? Meditation is something you get better at the more you practice. Meditation is an exercise that needs to be used in order for you to be stronger spiritually. Meditation is going within and making the subconscious, higher self, the soul, the part of your daily life. So like I could be sitting down and I have a question about something and the higher self will tell me, boom, it's right here. Oh, boom, it's right here. Or I could speak to spirit, or I speak to a dragon. You know, dragons are very sacred, so never share any dragon names or information. Meditation is the food for the soul. It is food for your soul. Why? Because your soul, a lot of people, when I have their readings, they want them to take one of my regressions where the soul can actually speak. Okay? The soul wants to tell the ego what to do. So what better way, once again, but to channel, okay? You can just tap into your soul. There's also where, like, you can become your higher self. You can become, the physical form, merge with your higher self. That has happened to me. Every so often, I will become my higher self. And I'm a totally different person when I'm my higher self. I'm not Melissa anymore. Then you start to know, oh, that's Source. She's different now. Right now, I'm my lower form. I'm Melissa. But even as in my supposed lower form, I'm very enlightened. I'm very aware. And so are you guys. All of you are enlightened. All of humanity is God in the physical form. Every single human being on earth, period. So you need to know what God you are, and the best technique and modality is meditation. Meditation is food for the soul, awakening your inside world, becoming more familiar with the realm from within you. That's the purpose of meditation. Becoming familiar with the realm within you. You are a whole realm in itself. You are the Akashic record. You are the God consciousness. You guys are so powerful. The revolution. There's some people I have their readings and they're so powerful. I'd be like, girl, if we have to come back in here because you didn't do the work, I'm gonna be mad. Because I did my part. I'm telling everybody what to do. Let's meditate so we can start levitating. Let's meditate so we can start raising the vibration, open up our third eye and start doing the magic. Okay, there's real magic. The magic that they don't want you to do, where even if the helicopters could be on top of your house, they can't even see you. Real magic, because you cloaked your house. You cloaked your house. You're invisible. They can have the address. They don't know where the fuck you at. That type of magic. I'm sorry. Hopefully no kids are listening. That is the God consciousness we have as human beings. Anyway, I'm going to leave on that note. Once again, I just want to let everybody know that I am a clear channel. I will be teaching course. I'm a spiritual teacher, and the knowledge, a lot of it comes from my channeling, comes from my meditations. Some people, it's controversial. Anyway, we are our own channels. You guys are the God consciousness return in the physical form. Don't worry about what you see around you. Don't worry about the chaos. Center yourselves for peace, love, and always be ready for war. Not physical war. This ain't no physical war. This is a spiritual war. You want to cloak yourself, protect yourself, but if they come for you, always know spirituality supersedes the physical realm. Spirituality supersedes the physical realm. Do your meditations. Get familiar with the subtle energy, aka feminine principle. That is what that means. The rise in the feminine principle. The magic, the feminine principle. Not just seeing it to believe it, but to create it in order to believe it. There's no seeing it to believe it. That's not the game I play here. That's not the game I play here. You create it to see it. Physically, mentally, spiritually, you are the God consciousness. Peace. I'm out. Much love to all. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe not. We'll see. I try to come on as often as possible. And my course will be out November 6th. 3-week course on channeling. 3-week course on channeling. And I am taking FAQs, frequently asked questions. Go ahead and DM me any questions you have on channeling so I can add that on. Add that on, okay? To the course. Peace, peace. Thank you. Much love to everybody. Bye.